Magical bowl, Chinese fairy tale. As soon as the snow melted, the peasant went to the field to plow. He plowed, and suddenly the plow caught on something and broke off. "How come this happened?" shouted the peasant. "I have never seen any stones, stumps, or thick roots here. Why did the plowshare break?" He took a shovel and dug out a large clay bowl. The peasant was angry and wanted to break it. Then he changed his mind and decided, "It will be useful to me in the farm. There will be a bowl to drain the rainwater." He brought his godsend home, took a knife and began to remove the remains of clay from it. Suddenly the knife slipped from his hands and fell inside. The peasant took out his knife from there. What a wonder! At the bottom lies the same knife again. He took out that one, and there was a third one. The peasant guessed that this bowl was not ordinary, but magical, and threw a copper coin into it. As soon as he took it out, there was another one laying at the bottom. He took it out, and there the third glistened. Day and night, the peasant pulled copper from the bowl, and in the morning, completely exhausted, he fell asleep. Meanwhile, the children of that peasant, seeing the amazing godsend, told the whole village about it. After lunch, a neighbor came to the peasant and said, "Your field borders mine, so our bowl is shared because you dug it right on the border." The peasant didn't want to share the find, and he could not prove his right to it. After all, there were no witnesses. He had to go to court. The peasant told the judge how he plowed and how his plowshare broke. He never saw any stones, stumps, or thick roots in that field. He began to dig in that place and came across a magical bowl. "Are you sure that the bowl is magical?" asked the judge. Then all the neighbors gathered in the courtroom shouted in unison, "Magical! Magical!" The judge thought for a while and then ordered, "Bring the godsend here. I want to check if it is really so." Soon the bowl was already standing on the table in front of the judge. The judge threw in a golden coin, took it out from there, and at the bottom another one laid down. Yes, said the judge, "the bowl is really magical. It will not be easy to judge you fairly, but I will try." And the judge went to make a decision. He thought for an hour, a second, a third, and then he sighed heavily and asked the peasant who found the bowl, "Tell me, good man, when I adjudicate the bowl to your neighbor, what will you call my decision?" "Unfair, your honor," said the peasant. The judge sighed heavily again and then asked his neighbor, "Now tell me, good man, what will you call my decision? if I adjudicate the bowl not to you?" "Unfair, Your Honor," replied the neighbor. "You see," said the judge, "how difficult it is to judge you fairly. It is good that you came to a wise judge like me. In order not to offend any of you with an unjust decision, I decided to keep the bowl to myself. Go home and don't fight anymore." The peasants didn't dare to contradict the judge. Frowning, they went home and cursed the cunning judge all the way, and he, left alone, hastened to close the door so that no one would disturb him, and began to take the gold out of the bowl. He was so engrossed in his work that he didn't notice how a swarm of bees flew into the room through the window. They circled the room and sat down on the edge of the bowl. The judge had barely put his hand into the bowl to take the coin when the bees pounced on him. They plastered his entire face and began to mercilessly sting him in the nose, cheeks, ears, and one of them managed to insert her sting into his very little eye. The swindler fought them off with his hands. Nothing helped. To replace the hundreds of killed bees, more new ones arrived, and they all pounced on him with loud buzzing, crawled under his collar, in his sinus, in the hair on his head, and even bit his heels. Now probably even his own father would not recognize the judge. The face swelled, became covered with blisters, and became like a huge red radish, and the ears like huge seashells. His eyes were completely closed, and he ran around the room like a chased animal, bumping into a table and a chair. He was about to find a door to jump outside, but instead he ran into the bowl and smashed it into small smithereens, and the whole swarm at the same moment flew out the window. The judge came to his senses only on the second day. Several respectable doctors in large black glasses sat by his bed. They treated the victim for almost a year. The judge had to pay for the treatment not only the money he drew from the bowl, but also what he saved formerly. But they did not manage to cure him to the end. The left eye was blinded forever. This is how the unjust judge was punished.